Welcome to today's podcast, and today we're going to be talking about the Premier League relegation battle, and we're also going to be touching upon the Champions League and the recent results that did happen the other night. So we're going to start off with the Champions League, and I've got Tommy with me.
Hello.
So we're going to get started with the Champions League. And what was your opinion on that first leg to do with Man City and PSG? Obviously Man City coming out 2-1 winners on the night.
Well, obviously, very exciting game. Man City coming out with the 2-1 win in the first leg. Obviously, first leg, so it's still another game, and potentially you never know what's going to happen in the Champions League, do you? But first half, I thought PSG just dominated them, really. Like, you don't often see Man City on the back foot.
I agree. What did you think of Mbappe's overall performance on the night? Because obviously he took no shots, which was the first time in something like 2 years.
First time he started a game and he's not put any shots.
Never mind on target, just a shot at all.
Literally.
Yeah, very surprising.
Yeah, very surprising actually. But I think obviously Neymar, good performance in the first half anyway. He wasn't really anywhere in the second half. I think obviously Pep must have given City a right old.
They were a lot better in the second half, so
Yeah.
I do think obviously Pep would have said a few things to them at half time.
Obviously Phil Foden, standout. He's just going to be good, isn't he?
Yeah, no, because he had
Class
that dribble
player.
in the second half, didn't he? Where he
Yeah.
took it in between a couple of players, but I
Yeah.
thought that he probably should have taken it on his right foot. But I could see what he's trying to do with the outside of the foot, put in that top corner. But yeah, no. I mean, he's just got those like moments of class that other players simply don't have.
And people like De Bruyne, they've not had a chance to step up in like this stage of Champions League before. So
You never got that far, yeah.
that's what you can see. It obviously means a lot to them if they're stepping up like they are now. So yeah, I guess we'll see second leg. I reckon City will go through, to be fair, if they play anything like they did in the
Second leg score prediction for that game, what do you think it's going to be?
I reckon City will. I think it will be quite easy for them. Not like proper easy, but more like the second half of the first leg. They'll just.
So overall, you think that they'll do throughout that game what they did in the second half?
Yeah, I think it could be 2 or
first
3,
leg.
2 or 3-0.
2 or 3-0, blimey. So in other words, you don't think Mbappe or Neymar's gonna?
Yeah, if I wasn't gonna go 2 or 3-0, I'd probably say 2-1 maybe, because obviously PSG's attack is just unreal.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think obviously they've got the 2-1 lead going into it. I think they will be a bit more cautious. And what you saw in the first half was Pep. You could tell that he tried to keep Walker and João Cancelo back a lot more, obviously to deal with the threat in behind. Because normally, so when you see Mbappe play, he's normally running the channels, getting in behind. I felt in the first half and probably throughout most of the game, Mbappe was very central.
Yeah.
Which was a bit odd because obviously normally he does cause a lot of his problems out wide, getting in behind, squaring the ball, beating a man.
Yeah.
But obviously with Kyle Walker especially, it's very hard to do that because
Yeah.
he's such a pacey,
Quite a pace battle
defender.
between those two, isn't it? So
But I think overall in that second leg, I think I'm going to go with a draw actually. I think Man City will get a goal, and that'll sort of kill the game off a bit. And I think PSG will probably come out quick because obviously they need a goal, but I feel that Man City will just be too solid for them. Probably Mbappe will score. Got a point to prove, I think. So I'll say 1-1 for that second leg. Do you want to move on to the other Champions League game?
Yeah, so Real Madrid, Chelsea.
Yep. So obviously that was 1-1 in the first leg with Pulisic and Benzema scoring.
Yeah.
What do you think will happen in that game?
So obviously 1-1. But I have to say I think Chelsea were the better of the two teams, quite clearly, because they came out firing from that first whistle, and obviously Pulisic getting the goal, and they just continued to cause a threat. and they just dominated the midfield as well, really. Even with Real Madrid having Kroos and Modric, but obviously Kante got man of the match. And there is a helicopter.
Oh yeah.
Obviously,
that's an air ambulance.
Air ambulance, great.
Should we wait for that to go past? Yeah, no, sorry about the interference that we will be getting, because obviously we are outside due to COVID regulations. But obviously going forward that'll change, and we're be in a room that obviously has a lot less background noise. So sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so where were we?
Yeah, so obviously Kante getting man of the match.
Oh yeah, he was outstanding, wasn't he?
But then obviously Real Madrid, Benzema is in great form at the moment. So you never know when they get back to the bridge.
Didn't he go to the 4th most goals in the Champions League?
I saw something like that, yeah.
Which is crazy. Crazy.
He is criminally underrated, I think.
I agree.
Especially of our generation.
Yeah, and so what do you think will happen in that second leg at the bridge then?
I reckon it could be a draw. And then it will go to, obviously it will go to...
That would be good, wouldn't it? A 1-1 draw, extra time. Penalty shootout, but they got no Drogba this time to say.
No, exactly. So, yeah, I'm saying a draw, but I cannot call who's gonna. Yeah,
it's hard.
It could be either of them.
So I think I saw the other day Real Madrid. So obviously in the first leg they were without Ferland Mendy.
Yeah.
Now they're going to be without Mendy, Carvajal, so no right wing back as Zidane was playing him, which didn't think he was that good anyway in that role. And then they're also without Marcelo, because he's got some thing attended to in London or something. It was really bizarre.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
I didn't see that.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to have to use some academy left back, or just someone a bit out of position, I think. And obviously I didn't really think Nacho was that good playing left of the 3 centre halves either. So I do feel like there is a lot of vulnerability in that back line. So for me, I think second leg Chelsea will win 2-1, I think. So I think Chelsea Man City final for me. What about you? If you had to pick someone, obviously after that extra time.
I'd probably say Chelsea Man City.
I think they got a bit more.
Yeah. Who do you think would win Chelsea Man City final? Because obviously they played each other in the FA Cup earlier this season, and Chelsea won. So.
Yeah, no, Chelsea did win.
Because I'd probably say Man City, but you just never know with Chelsea. Just never know.
It's a hard one to call, isn't it? I think Chelsea are a far better team than they were, obviously, under Lampard. 100% the right call to get Thomas Tuchel in.
Yeah.
But I think, for me, I can't look past that City team. It's so good player for player.
And obviously Pep,
Chelsea a bit more.
He's won the Champions League how many times?
Exactly, so he's got a lot more experience. But having said that, Tuchel obviously lost with PSG in the final.
Yeah.
And that's also why I backed him to get into the final in the first place, because I think, obviously I know that Real Madrid have got Zidane, but I just think Tuchel as well knows what he's doing in that point in the competition.
Yeah.
So so I think overall, I think we're going with Man City Chelsea final, and I think City are going to win.
I think City will win.
City are going to win as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will probably be thinking that as well.
Good for English football as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
dominating again.
Obviously Europa League. Could be Man United Arsenal final if Arsenal can bring it back against Valencia in the second leg. But
I mean, we can brush upon that if you want, and talk about the Europa League.
I mean, personally, I didn't watch it last night.
Oh, did you not?
No, I couldn't.
I did.
I wasn't able to
so I'll
watch
talk about it a bit if you want.
Yeah.
No.
I watched the highlights.
Yeah.
So,
highlights. Yeah. No, Man United. So I think we'll talk about the Man United Roma game first.
Yeah.
Because obviously that was a lot of goals in that game. 8 goals in the end. 6-2 United. So obviously United came out 6-2 winners. They were 2-1 down at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
And I thought they did look a bit vulnerable at the back, which was a bit worrying.
Yeah.
Because obviously, player for player, their back line pretty solid. And they started with De Gea instead of Henderson. So obviously, he's picking De Gea a lot more as his cup keeper, isn't he now? Which is fair enough. But yeah, I mean, they went 2-1 down with goals from Dzeko and Pellegrini.
Yeah.
And obviously there was a very controversial handball in there.
Yeah.
Because obviously So I don't know if you saw it, but Pogba went to slide like that, and smacked his arm. For me, that's not a pen, but obviously in Europe, any part of the hand is a penalty, which is a big shame. You need to change it. But yeah, no. So obviously that happened. And then obviously Man United turned it around second half.
Cavani again.
Cavani,
Fernandes, like that, and obviously Pogba's goal. And I just want to say, mate, that ball from Bruno Fernandes. He's quality, isn't he?
Yeah. For me, he's world class. Yeah. Obviously, there are still people out there that don't agree, but I'm not too sure why. But we move.
I'd say he is world class.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's United.
Bit of a character though, isn't he?
He is. I mean, moans a lot, don't he? Yeah. But apart from that, he's a good player. But I think that's Man United for him.
Yeah, surely you'd have to back them in the second leg there.
If they do, we'll clip that and then get saying that. But I mean, so we'll talk about the second leg of the other tie. That was Arsenal Villarreal.
Villarreal,
so obviously Arsenal.
I think I said Valencia.
Valencia, no.
Villarreal, I have to say,
I mean, they were lucky to.
From the highlights, Villarreal looked very good on the attack.
Ref was a bit questionable in both games, I have to admit. But obviously, Danny Cabarrus got sent off for a second yellow.
I don't know if that was.
It's harsh. It's harsh.
Obviously, the first one was a cynical challenge, so you got to give him a yellow. But I don't know if he meant to stamp on his leg or not for the second one. You just can't tell because it wasn't really a stamp. He more just accidentally trod on his foot, which I don't think that's a yellow.
Yeah, I mean, it was harsh, but I don't think they get it overturned for the second leg.
No.
But it was interesting seeing the line that they picked. So obviously, Arsenal played 3 centre-halves, and then a middle 5, I think it was, and then Odegaard and Pepe. So I thought, because obviously, I think that's the first time I've seen Pepe play down the middle as out-and-out striker.
Yeah.
So obviously that was interesting. Obviously it didn't work too well on the night, but in his Lille days he did play down the middle, so I thought I can see what Arteta's trying to do, but at the end of the day you don't throw that out now, you try that against Burnley, Brighton, like the lesser teams in the Premier League effectively. Sorry if you support any of those clubs, but it's true right now. So I mean, I just thought his timing of putting Pepe up top wasn't right. I know that Lacazette wasn't in the squad, but I thought, start Aubameyang, he's got the experience. I know he's not in form, but you just can't try out something new like that because the players have to be used to it, they have to gel, and you don't put that out in a semi-final of a European competition for me.
Who do you think is going to go through?
For me, I think Villarreal. I think maybe just
I'm seeing quite a solid away performance from them, to be fair.
Unai Emery, good evening. Coming back
he'd want to get one back on Arsenal there, wouldn't he?
I agree. So I think it'll be them, Man United in the final. So Villarreal, Man United final. I think for me, Villarreal will be a tricky test. I do think for Man United.
Yeah.
I think there'll be probably a 1-goal winner in the final.
I'll probably say United.
I think United 1-0 win for me in the final. But that's it.
It would be a good game though. Very, very cagey game, I'd say. Both teams.
1-0 in the final.
Yeah.
I have to agree. So I think just the final thing we'll touch up upon is the Premier League relegation battle.
Yeah.
Which for me I think is pretty much, fully done, to be honest.
Yeah.
So bottom 3 will be as it is for me, I think.
Surely. Obviously, a few games ago, I was probably saying Newcastle, but their recent form has been pretty good, to be fair. They've got some important wins, obviously that point against Liverpool as well. That's helped them. I think that could have sealed it, to be fair.
That was a big point, and obviously maybe they were unlucky not to get all 3. With that handball goal that was disallowed from Callum Wilson. Obviously couldn't do a lot about it, but I understand why it was given. But I mean Liverpool on the ropes as well, aren't they? At the minute. But we'll obviously touch up upon that in another video. But yeah, I mean, for me, I think there's a 5-point gap or something like that.
Yeah.
Between Fulham and Burnley, I think.
Brighton.
Yeah.
Brighton.
It was Burnley won 4-0, didn't they?
I mean, we saw Aston Villa last year. Scraped staying up. And they were in.
I don't think it was that bad.
It wasn't that bad. I think they were in the same position, but it was a few games ago, so they have more games to get out of it. But yeah, you just have to see if Brighton slip up and Fulham get some important wins. You never know, but
yeah,
we'll see, won't we?
Yeah, yeah. So I think we both agree that
obviously
Fulham,
West Brom are down as well.
It's
not been confirmed,
but
for
sure. I mean, after they let in that equaliser against Villa, you know, that's them pretty much done. To be honest, Keenan Davis sending them down. I'm sure he loved that. A local Villa lad.
Yeah, first Prem goal as well.
Yeah, good for him. So I think Fulham, Brighton, and Sheffield United in that order. Obviously, already Sheffield United are down. But yeah, I think it will remain that way.
And then you got who's coming up? Bournemouth. No, not Bournemouth. Watford, Norwich.
Watford and Norwich.
It could be Bournemouth. Could be the same three that went down last season. So
It could be. For me, I think Brentford will do it. Yeah. Because he's got a bit more experience, obviously, with what happened last year against Fulham.
I like to see Brentford in the Prem, to be fair.
So would I. I think they've got a good team. I think Ivan Toney will do well in the Prem.
Yeah.
I think he'll have a good first season in there. Probably a bit like Pookie.
They deserve to be up, I think. Last few seasons they've been right up there and just been very unlucky, but
hopefully this will be their breakthrough year, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's the relegation wrapped up, and I think that wraps up the video for today.
Yeah, just
thank you for joining us.
Just the first video,
video, yeah. So obviously, this is our first video, and obviously there would have been a bit of background noise that I'm sure you guys would have heard about, obviously in the background. But yeah, I mean,
hopefully in the future we can move inside.
Exactly.
I'm sure we will be able to soon.
That Arsenal fan TV.
Yeah.
Just getting inside. I mean, not that they social distance.
But hopefully this video can help us start something.
Yeah. So do drop a like if you enjoyed the podcast video. And we'll see you guys next time.